Okay, so students, let's discuss about the various pathways of breakdown of glucose. Okay, students. So this glucose, this glucose in the presence of oxygen breaks down into pyruvate by technically. Okay, and the process is known as glycolysis. And this whole process of converting glucose into pyruvate takes place in cytoplasm of cell. Okay, cytoplasm of cell. It is a fluid in our cells. Okay, so pyruvate further breaks down into various compounds. Okay, various compounds, and its division depends on whether presence of oxygen, okay, in absence of oxygen, or in also absence of oxygen, but it is in yeast. Okay, and these two takes place in our body. So students, if this pyruvate break down into in the presence of oxygen, there is a release of CO2 and H2O with energy. Okay, students, and this process of breakdown of pyruvate into CO2, H2O, and energy takes place in mitochondria. Students, mitochondria. And if this pyruvate breaks down in the absence of oxygen, means in lack amount of oxygen. You know, when someone is running very hard, he gets cramps. So how cramps occur? Cramps occur because our muscle cells, yes students, our muscle cells, carefully look to my words. Okay, in our muscle cells, okay, our muscle cells respire in the absence of oxygen. Why? Because when we are running very hard, we need very large amount of oxygen to break large amount of glucose. Okay, so how the large amount of glucose be break? It can be break if large amount of oxygen is given. Okay, so how the large amount of oxygen given? By inhaling, but the process of inhaling means breathing doesn't enough to overcome the demand of oxygen. Okay, so our muscle cells starts developing an idea. They develop enzymes that breaks down food. Okay, and due to this, they release lactic acid plus energy. Okay, plus energy is also released. Okay, students, you know, some players get cramps, so they are working very hard. Okay, if someone get cramps, then this pyruvate breaks down in the absence of oxygen. It takes place in yeast, students. Okay, yeast. And due to this, ethanol, CO2, energy, these three compounds release. Okay, this ethanol is used, yes students, this ethanol is used in brewing industries. Brewing word is a process. Brewing is a process of making beers, wines, whiskeys, etc. Okay, so this ethanol further condenses. Okay, this ethanol be condensed and used as an alcohol. Okay, so students, with this ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy is also released. Okay, so these all three process that can be takes place in our respiratory system. Okay, students, respiratory system, this is a part 1. Okay, students, this first process, this first pathway, okay, takes place in the mitochondria. Obviously, in mitochondria there is a Krebs cycle. Okay, this Krebs cycle, the Krebs cycle is very important. If you want us to make video on that topic, then you can comment. Okay, so thank you for watching. Goodbye and your joy. I'm sure this video is very helpful for you. If you like this video, then subscribe our channel and help your mates. Share this video to your all mates. Thank you.